by Michael Bay. Next slide. So our approach was kind of a satirical sort of fun one, having Michael Bay actually direct a film which would get added to the Criterion collection. And so we just kind of took a more, fun, satirical aspect that way. And then, as all of you know, the cliffhanger ending at the very end, we kind of treated that as if there was a deleted scene. So that's what our kind of special feature was an actual deleted scene of the ending. But on a more serious note, throughout this kind of project, we wanted to exemplify sort of the rebirth that Oryx and Craig talks about, with the Quakers and having humanity sort of die off in some way and human civilization sort of wean off and then get kind of replaced as the Quakers in this sort of chance at a new beginning for the society. We also want to talk about how the novel is very relevant to topics today such as GMOs, genetic modification, all that sort of stuff, global warming and whatnot, and how this novel still fits in the sort of template of a dystopian, how it's kind of a warning to us and kind of tells us what to look out for. So yeah, we had a fun time making this project.
So the film was filmed in Pripyat, which is near Chernobyl. And this is an image of it. This is the second half from Snowman's perspective. And then Michael Bay, with a lot of experience with CGI, used that to film it in a more like advanced kind of society looking. So like I said, from the Pripyat, Bay has used Chernobyl before in Dark of the Moon, which is the third in the Transformers series. So he has a lot of connections in that area in Ukraine, and knows kind of the whole rundown of like radioactive protection of the cast and the crew members. So he decided to use Pripyat because it was so desolate and looked really accurate in his opinion. And Bay was really looking for a career turnaround. He started making senseless, pointless films with explosions and action scenes. So he was really looking for something with substance, and he read this book and really fell in love with it, and decided this might be a way for him to turn his career around.
Okay, so the actors that we kind of chose for the film, first off we decided to cast William Dafoe as Snowman, which if you don't know who that is, he was actually the Green Goblin in the Spider-Man film from 2002. It was the one that had, the original Spider-Man film. So we thought that he would kind of serve as a good actor for playing someone that was kind of hard-hearted, has seen like a lot in the world. And, we thought he'd be a kind of good representation of Snowman for that. In contrast, we actually thought that Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be a good Jimmy because we kind of took a little bit of creative license with Jimmy in order to make a more charismatic person so that he would contrast both with Craig and then Snowman, which would be his older self, and kind of show how you had this one character who started at some place, but then, as the world changed, as the world fell apart, he kind of changed into a more hard-hearted version of himself. And then we decided to cast Benedict Cumberbatch as Craig because of his experience in films such as Star Trek Into Darkness, playing this sort of intellectual sociopath who, kind of doesn't really care about anyone else besides his own core needs, and is very, highly intellectual, believes in science, and is just like wholly logical and whatnot. So that was kind of our thoughts for our cast in the film.
So some major themes we focused on. Rebirth, faults of mankind, and duality. With Rebirth, we talked about with Michael Bay's rebirth of his career and kind of a complete shift in where he wanted to head with how he wanted to be remembered in the film world. And also talked about, obviously, the world's rebirth with the Quakers taking over the reign, I guess, of the earth from humanity. And then we talked about faults of mankind with scientific advancement. Can we be trusted with the science we are discovering, such as GMOs and stuff? And are we the best caretakers of this earth, which we haven't really met any in real life aliens or like sentient beings. So this film kind of helps us explore this in a way we couldn't in real life. And then also the duality or parallels between Jimmy and Craig, where Craig is like this mastermind in the old world, and now in the new world, Jimmy is now the master of knowledge almost with Quakers. And then also, obviously, the flip perspectives between the two worlds, old and new, before and after Juve.
So this is our cover art design for the Blu-ray release. So you can see it's got the back cover, spine, front cover. And our goal with creating this cover art was we wanted to, first of all, display some of the themes of the movie. And then we also wanted to make it so that if you've seen the movie a lot, you have like a couple extra like sort of Easter eggs thrown in so you can enjoy your cover more. But then it also makes sense to new people. So now we're going to talk about front and back.
So this is the front of our cover art. So we wanted to do something that is original. So I tried to do some drawing, you know. This part is the crackers, and this is Snowman. And since Snowman was really close to Craig, so we made it like Craig is on this side with Snowman, and then Oryx was closer to the crackers. So like we made it to be like in the same spot as the crackers. And then for the color, we use green going to like black. It's like a sign of like rebirth, like how everything was going bad with the pills and everything, and then how like there's rebirth with the crackers and everything. So I think that's what we did. And about the drawing, I had a couple tries, and then to design the eyes and everything. And here you can see how like the dry lips, I tried to make it dry, and how they say the crackers were just perfect. So I tried to draw something that is perfect on somebody. So I think that's it.
So for the back cover, obviously this is a fridge. So the inspiration for this came from the fridge and fridge magnets that we saw throughout the story with Craig, and how that kind of showed him going from being incredibly smart and having these great ideas and going into essentially a psychopath who kills the entire human race. So I have the summary of the movie placed in magnets on the back of your Blu-ray, so you can kind of pick it up, read it, see what it's about. And then for those who have actually read the book or watched the movie a lot, I also placed some of the magnets from inside the book from different points within Craig's kind of descent into madness. And then I just think, you know, if you have a fridge on the back of your Blu-ray and someone goes into a movie store, they're like, oh, what movie do I want to get? If they see one with a fridge on the back, they're going to be mind blown. They're like, why is there a fridge on the back of this Blu-ray? So they're going to at least want to read it. So that might increase potential sales there.
So now for our special feature, we're only going to do the deleted scene. We're going to act it out. But there was also an interview between Lester Holt and Michael Bay, just kind of developing what he thought. So can we get a volunteer? You get to be a tree. No, just do one. Yeah, tree. Who wants to be a tree?
Dory.
You're just going to stand there like this.
Dory,
Okay,
she
come on.
got it. She's gonna come.
No, he won.
Oh, I can come.
He was dying to. Okay.
What? I'll just like
So you're going to
pan. Yeah, I got it, it's fine. Because I don't want like my head to get in the way.
You're going to stand like so. There. Okay. 0 hour. Time to go.
So how should we go about this?
Well, they're obviously not terribly smart. I say we go in guns blazing.
I don't know. Some of them might look pretty formidable.
Yeah, but you've seen them. Every morning they go out and pee together. Like, seriously, they can't be too bright.
True. I'm just saying it would be nice to have some semblance of a plan.
Alright, so what I'm thinking then is one of us goes and distracts those green-eyed monsters, and then the other two can come from behind.
Wait!
Oh, my foot. Okay.
Why is my race so violent, so murderous? For all of their cluelessness and gullibility, the Quakers are far superior to humanity. For what they lack in intellect, they make up for in kindness. What they lack in planning, they substitute peace. Although they may be really manipulated, they will not be destroyed from within. Their bonds with one another are stronger than ours tenfold. Perhaps they can fix this earth of the wrongs we have dealt it. Perhaps they can do what mankind was never able to fully achieve, world peace. I hope this is true, and I believe that they have the ability to do it. I've done all I could to remove the rest of humanity from this world. Hopefully the Quakers can rule this world better than we were able.
Oh, you're gonna take down that whole screen with you, basically. All right.
Are you guys good?
Yep.